remember the day I first dared to speak up in the middle of that sterile NASA conference room, my voice trembling with a mix of fear and resolve. I had just challenged the supervisor's flawed calculations, the ones that dismissed Pluto as a planet, as an anomaly, as a lost cause. The room had fallen silent, and then the storm of ridicule erupted. My colleagues, my mentors, even my family, everyone told me I was wasting my time, chasing some wild, impossible dream. They called me naive, stubborn, a fool chasing shadows. My own father shook his head and said, "You're embarrassingly naive if you think you'll make a difference. You'll end up with nothing but a broken career and broken pride." That moment shattered something inside me, but it also ignited a fire I hadn't known I had. After that day, I was dismissed from NASA, ostracized, ridiculed, branded as a troublemaker. It was a brutal betrayal, especially coming from the people I thought believed in the pursuit of truth. But I refused to let I left behind the glossy corridors of space agencies and plunged into my own relentless pursuit. I poured myself into the advocacy of planetary classification. I studied, I argued, I fought against the tide of tradition. Every "you're wasting your time" was a fuel for my resolve. I knew deep down that the universe was more complex and beautiful than anyone had dared to accept, and I was determined to prove it. Years passed. The journey was grueling. I faced setbacks, ridicule from the scientific community, and the loneliness of standing alone against the tide. I was called a dreamer, a heretic, but I kept going. I knew that if I could just gather enough data, enough compelling evidence, I could change the narrative. And I did. I developed a new classification system, one that recognized Pluto as a planet once more. A celestial body with its own story, its own significance. The breakthrough came when I presented irrefutable data, new orbital mechanics, composition analyses, and morphological studies that proved Pluto's status deserved respect, not ridicule. The day that finally changed everything was the day my work was accepted into the scientific canon. I watched as textbooks updated, classrooms embraced the new paradigm, and Pluto's place in the cosmos was restored. But my journey wasn't just about planetary science. It was about proving to myself that perseverance could rewrite the narrative, that stubborn hope and unyielding effort could triumph over cynicism. Fast forward to today, I stand before my family, the same people who once mocked my dreams as foolishness. We're gathered in the backyard of the land I bought, barren, rocky, almost lifeless when I first arrived. But now, after years of careful planning and relentless effort, the land is transformed. I've turned that desolate patch into a thriving ecosystem. Lush greenery, flowing water, birds singing where there was once silence. It's a living testament to the power of belief, patience, and the refusal to be defined by others' doubts. And here's where the story hits its crescendo. The moment that leaves everyone breathless, silent in the face of undeniable truth. My family stands at the edge of this transformed land, eyes wide as they witness the miracle I have built from nothing. My father, who once told me I was embarrassing, now stares in stunned silence, his jaw tight, eyes moist. My mother's hand trembles as she clutches her apron, and my siblings look cautiously, almost afraid to believe what they see. I step forward, voice steady, but filled with emotion. You told me I'd fail. You said I was chasing a lost cause, but look at this. I gesture to the thriving landscape, a testament to resilience, vision, and unwavering belief. I was told I was foolish, that my dreams were pointless. But I proved that even the smallest, most dismissed voices can change worlds. If I can do this, if I can turn barren land into life, then maybe, just maybe, you should reconsider what's possible when you stop tearing down and start believing in what's worth fighting for. Silence hangs heavy. Then, my father steps forward slowly, his face a mask of regret and awe. He looks at me, at what I've built, and finally he says softly, I was wrong. All those years I didn't see your passion. I thought it was just a childish obsession. But you've shown us what real perseverance looks like. I'm proud. More than proud. I'm humbled. In that moment, something shifts. The weight of years of mockery, of dismissiveness, melts away. My family's eyes are filled with a mixture of remorse and admiration. They see not just the land, but the person I've become. Someone who refused to give up, who fought against the odds and changed perceptions, not just of planets, but of what's possible for all of us. This isn't just a story about planetary science or environmental transformation. It's about the universal truth that the greatest failures are often just the prelude to our most profound. It's about the courage to chase a dream when everyone else says it's impossible. And it's about the redemption that comes when you stand tall amid the ruins of doubt, proving that even the most dismissed voice can change the world. So here's the lesson I want you to take away. Never let others define your worth. Never accept no as the final answer. Because sometimes the greatest triumphs come from the depths of rejection, from the courage to stand alone and believe in what others refuse to see. And when you finally succeed, when you turn your barren land into a lush paradise, you'll realize that the biggest victory isn't just in the achievement, but in the fact that you refuse to let the world's doubts drown your spirit. That's the real universe, vast, mysterious, and waiting for those brave enough to claim their place in it. And if I can do it, so can you.